For KDSJ Local Sports, Clayson Davis reporting as we now draw a bead on Sturgis girls basketball for the 2025-26 season. Head coach Courtney Pool, we appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it too.
You return a young but still experienced team from last season. You played a lot of underclassmen the year prior, and those girls are all back again this season. What's the benefit of returning a young but battle-tested team for 26?
I think obviously there's a lot less stuff to cover right away, right? Like we're able to kind of build every year because they've been so young in the past. And so we've been able to kind of build. And this year we're able to try some new things in practice that we might want to throw at people. And also looking at like being a little bit more disciplined on certain things because we understand what it is that we're trying to get done.
Talk about the off season as far as how did your athletes go about through the off season to get ready for this season?
They did a good job. Our girls like to play basketball. We have a couple girls that are going to be signing. Addie Kostler is going to Dakota State, and Kira Killinger is going to go to Briar Cliff. So they spent some time kind of, going around and touring colleges and stuff. And then we had 3 team camps, and we had our open gyms and our lifting, and so played in the STM league, and they did a lot of stuff. I mean, they definitely put some time in the gym, and now it's just a matter of kind of putting it to work to use and hoping to clean up a few things too.
You guys went 10-11 last season, made the SODAC 16, and with a young core still returning for this season, what are some of the goals and expectations for this season?
Well, we definitely want to try to build on that. We were excited to make the playoffs. It's been the first time that I think we've done it in probably 8 years. I think we figured it was almost 8. And so we were excited about that part. I mean, I always say you have to get there before you can start winning those types of things. You have to experience it because it's definitely a whole different vibe. However, you don't want to be putting yourself in a position where you've got to try to beat O'Gorman, who's won 50 straight games, on the road as a 16th seed. So winning games early for us, and especially games against double A opponents, trying to pick up some wins. We got a good schedule as far as we play quite a few home games. We're not on the road a lot against those teams. We've got Pier and Aberdeen at home. We have Watertown and T at home, and then we have Mitchell and Huron at home. So you couldn't ask for a better situation. But we got to come up with some wins in those games.
Talk about some of those returners that you'll be relying upon a lot this season. And are there any new faces that we may not know who they are yet, but we probably should know before tip-off?
I love it. Okay. So we have 6 girls back that played quite a bit for us last year. And, our seniors, Tori Williams is going to be a 4-year starter for me. And she's been a 3-time All Black Hills Conference player. She's a good little shooter, and she's a really smart basketball player. Like, she sees the floor really well. She kind of understands, picks things up quick, loves the game, is a good leader, hard worker. So she's exciting in that way. And so we'll have her back. At our other guard, we'll have Leah Long, who she's a junior. This will be her 3rd year to start. So she's physical player, quick, strong, can get to the bucket. We have Arena Haugen, junior guard for us, and she is a world champion rodeo all around cowgirl, and she is tough as nails and just gives our team that competitive edge. She's really poised and she's a hard worker, very coachable. Down low we have Addie Kostler, who's going to be playing at Dakota State. She's our 2nd leading scorer coming back. She's a good scorer, especially in the open floor. She can knock down some mid-range jumpers. And then we have Kira Killinger, who really has put in a ton of time, and she's going to play at Briar Cliff. And she was a all-conference player last year for us too. And she's one of those silent kind of players you'll get done and look at the stat line, and she'll have almost a double-double and sometimes almost a triple-double. And she kind of just does a little bit of everything for us. And then we have Olivia Valim coming back, our 6'2" center. She's going to be a junior, and she hurt her wrist last season and missed some of this season, but she's worked really hard to come back. And I'm excited to see with having her in the mix what that does for our team. As far as kids that we're not really quite sure yet what they're going to do or if they're going to help us. We're looking at Kinley Stewart, a junior, quick little guard, good defender. Briley Heath, a sophomore. She's extremely fast. Another really good defender. And so they kind of give us an option to change up our defenses when we put them in the game and play a little smaller and play a little faster. And then we can take them out, put our bigs back in and zone up a little bit and slow it down and try to get it inside. So it makes it kind of fun.
Talk about the injury report. I know you said that Olivia Vleem dealing with the hand injury, but any other injuries we need to know about in the preseason?
No, thank God. No. I hope we don't have any. I hate those, but no, we're good. We're healthy.
Talk about the conference outlook, in your opinion, as far as the Black Hills Conference and what damage you guys could do to the conference this season.
Man, it's the Black Hills Conference is tough. It is hard to play, and I know it's hard for AA schools to kind of wrap their head around. Well, you play so many A schools, but there are a lot of times that the A schools we're playing could beat a lot of the AA schools that we play. And that's the truth. And it's been a very competitive conference. And for us, we'd like to see ourselves up at the top, but we know there's not a game on our schedule that we couldn't lose. And they're, conference wise. So we have to be ready to go every night. Obviously Red Cloud is probably the favorite with what they have coming back, and they're so hard to defend, and their press is ridiculously hard to get, to deal with, but they're going to be probably the conference favorite, I would think. And then you always have Spearfish and STM in the mix. And so we're hoping we can get up in there somewhere and see what happens.
What do you say are your strengths for your basketball team going into this campaign?
I think they're starting to understand how to move the basketball and to share the basketball and what that means. They're a little bit better about knowing what we're looking for. Instead of, girls, that's always kind of a hard thing to get girls to understand. We're running this play, we're looking for this, but if that doesn't happen, this could be open. And the shot clock's not 10 seconds. It's actually 35 seconds. And so those are things that I think we're starting to understand, and it's going to make us a better basketball team. I think last year finishing out, I think we won 5 in a row before we went to the playoffs, and we got that experience of playing the best team ever in O'Gorman. And so I think all those things play into our favor. For us, it's really going to be, about jumping out quick and trying to get some wins and helping ourselves out playoff wise.
And finally, Coach, what are some of your team expectations when you guys hit the floor for your first game of the season versus Lee Deadwood?
We're going to be aggressive, and we're going to play defense and rebounding are our two main points all the time. We're going to be switching up defenses a lot and trying to confuse people. We'll be aggressive. We're a very physical team. We rebound very well offensively and defensively. We're going to get to the foul line a lot. So I expect us to do that. I also know that every time we play Lee Deadwood, they give us a run. We have to really focus on what we're doing. And I know they've got some good kids, young kids coming up and kids that have been around for a while too, and that they've been putting in some off-season work. So every opponent is one that we are a team that could lose to anybody. So we have to be ready to go, and we know they'll be ready to go, and they're physical too. And so it'll be a fun game.
Awesome. Well, Coach, appreciate the time here with KDSJ Sports, and we're looking forward to seeing good things from the Sturgis Lady Scoopers.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.